What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today we're using a Trick Room team featuring Mega Mawile and Musharna. This team was created by a friend of mine, the Darth Bear on Discord. Thank you very much for putting this together. Musharna is not a Pokemon you're really going to see very often. It's a brand new addition in Regulation MB, and it's pretty decent. Its stats are quite high. It can do some decent damage with a reasonable special attack. It's got a lot of bulk. It's extremely slow, and it has the ability Telepathy. So what you can do with Telepathy is you can Earthquake next to it, and over here we've got a Bellibolt who can use Parabolic Charge next to it, and you don't take any damage. In most cases, this Pokemon is outclassed in that role by Oranguru, but we do have a much lower speed stat, and so we're going to take advantage of that by doing a ton of damage with Psychic, and Charge Beam here can give us a small chance to boost our special attack. It's actually quite a large chance, but I never get it. In my past, maybe today it'll work out. And then you can also use Charge Beam into your own Bellibolt, which you underspeed, triggering Electromorphosis, potentially giving Musharna a special attack boost, and then hitting really hard with that spread Parabolic Charge. The Mawile on this team is pretty normal, but you'll notice we're running Hyper Cutter instead of Intimidate. Hyper Cutter I like a lot better on this kind of team, because you don't want to have to get caught out by a Milotic or a Kingambit lead, because sometimes the lead here will be Musharna plus Mawile, and just having Hyper Cutter means they also can't slow you down when you're trying to sweep in Trick Room. The rest of this team, we have a Sinistcha. It's good for healing. It's another Trick Room setter and redirection. Incineroar, pretty much mandatory on Trick Room teams. You can get a good fake out lead going if you don't want to just lead with your sweeper plus your Trick Room setter. And then Mudsdale here, powerful spread move. Inner Focus makes it immune to Intimidate. It's just a fantastic Pokemon. We've got the Pasho Berry here because there's a lot of rain teams running around. One note before we get into this, I would change the Mawile if you're going to play this team, and Darth agrees with me. This is just here because it was used on another team. In the video, I'm going to be running minimum speed on Mawile. But anyways, that's the team. Let's jump into it. Alright, we got Rain, Blastoise, and Frostlass. They've got Dragalge that could be a Mega, Garchomp, and Corviknight. Huh. Not really sure exactly what to expect here. I do know against Corviknight I have very few answers, so I definitely need Bellibolt in this one. Fortunately, Bellibolt is not too bad. 2 water types. I will need to deal with Garchomp one way or another. And I want Trick Room up. Frostlass severely threatens... actually both of my Trick Room setters, really. In terms of special defense, 218, 115, that's so much. That is so much. Oh my goodness, Musharna. Yeah, Musharna's fine. I think if I lead it with... I'm tempted to just go with Mawile, but it's probably safer to go Incineroar. If we can get a fake out into something, that would be fantastic. And I think I want Mawile and Bellibolt. Mawile can crush everything that isn't Corviknight if we get the Trick Room up. Ground and Steel coverage, not the best. Sinistcha is actually fine here, but completely getting walled by Corviknight isn't something I want to see. Plus the fact that I have Incineroar means I can also hit Corviknight with that if I need to. It's not the best situation, but it's something. Blastoise, Frostlass. That is not what I expected. That's both of your potential Megas. Well, I have Colbur Berry, so I'm not as worried about a Dark move from Blastoise, but like... I'm gonna go Trick Room. And I guess it should be fake out into their Blastoise, right? Okay, no Mega from Frostlass. We just trade fake out here, and then Frostlass gets to do something. And that something is its physical Poltergeist. That's interesting. Considering how little that did, I think we can still get up Trick Room, and I'm going to go for Parting Shot into the Blastoise. Frostlass is just swapping out. I like to see that. It's into Garchomp. Blastoise either only knows Fake Out or is Choice Scarfed into Fake Out. What the heck is happening? What is happening here? Okay. We gotta pressure this Garchomp now with Mawile. What? Okay. We got Trick Room up. Play Rough should obliterate the Garchomp, and so Musharna's free to start either messing with the Blastoise, or... Yeah, I think I'll just throw a Charge Beam at Blastoise. Try to get a sneaky special attack boost there, and assuming Play Rough connects, there will be no Garchomp. This is a situation where Intimidate on Mawile would have been better, so that the Garchomp is a little bit weaker, but should be fine. They go into Politoed. We know they're full team now. Physical... I mean, Frostlass in its base form has the same physical and special attack, and its physical moves are stronger. So that kind of makes sense if you're base Frostlass, but being base Frostlass and base Blastoise doesn't really make sense. Any boost? Of course not. At least we connect the Play Rough. That's much more important. I'll take no boost and a Play Rough connect over the other way around. Goodbye, Garchomp. And yeah, we're very well positioned with Mawile now. I guess I would fear if Blastoise came back in and was willing to lock into Fake Out. They could get some big damage onto Mawile with their Politoed, but that would cost them so much momentum. I don't know if they'd be real willing to go for that. So I think I'm just happy to... What's the base power here? It is more damage to just use Psychic into Politoed, and it's more accurate. I'll just Psychic now. I wish I'd got the boost. And then Play Rough into Blastoise. Might take it from here. Alright, here's a good chunk. Are you Citrus Berry? No, so you're in range. And then Play Rough does finish Blastoise. Perfect. They weren't willing to lock into Fake Out a second time. Not going to make that mistake. You know, ooh, Earth Power. Good chunk, but yeah, we hang on. Politoed's not the strongest mon in the world. Okay. Yeah, Fake Out on a Scarf Blastoise, it's fine, I think. But you really have to switch out the next turn, like... And I don't know if that was a good position to be doing that in. Alright, Psychic finishes Politoed, and Iron Head should take Frostlass. Though I guess they're probably Sash if they're not Mega. So... We'll see if they have any Protects to play around with. Physical Frostlass would have Shadow Sneak. I don't think that would take out Mawile from here. How strong could they really be? Isn't it based like 80 attack? That's not much. -1 Poltergeist barely tickled it. Okay, they are Mega Frostlass. They were just holding on to it for reasons I cannot understand. Psychic finishes Politoed. Yep. Okay, perfect. And then I don't think the Snow Boost is going to save you from this Iron Head dog. Goodbye. Yeah. Alright, Musharna Mawile doing it. Good game to my opponent. Yeah, interesting team though. Alright, here is an interesting team. Basculegion, Sneasler, Kingambit are pretty normal, but they've got Duskform Lycanroc, Scovillain, and Frostlass. I would think against my team, I've got multiple things that you would like to burn, so maybe you bring Scovillain. What is my response to Scovillain? I don't have a great Scovillain answer other than, like, Incineroar is fine, I guess. Being redirected into it is not great. Bellibolt is pretty cool here. They do have fast Fake Out leads, so I don't want to get got by that. So I think it's 2 Mons with Protect as my lead. Could be Mawile. Mawile threatens everything that isn't Scovillain. Yeah, how about Musharna Mawile? Bring Incineroar just so I have something that can hit the Scovillain without getting burned. And then who would I be most afraid of after that? We have Kasib Berry on our Sinistcha. That's pretty good against the Basculegion. Bellibolt here is pretty neutral across the board, which is good, so I'm going to go with that. Ground moves are also pretty good offensively. Maybe it should have just been Mudsdale, and except that I'm getting burned on it at some point. We also have the Pashowberry, which is good against the Basculegion. Kingambit, Basculegion lead. Okay. Terrifying, sure. But potentially manageable? I'm gonna go for Trick Room. Mega Sucker Punch the Basculegion. Maybe this is a mistake. Because the other option is protect Musharna, just attack with Mawile into whoever. Okay, Basculegion was forced out. The Sucker Punch does nothing. And they brought Scovillain. Play rough into the Kingambit would have been great. Alright, at least we get the Trick Room for sure. They Swords Dance. That's the scariest thing possible, actually. Defense rose sharply, and speed drop. That couldn't be worse. That genuinely could not have gone worse. Okay, we're gonna lose this from that. Alright. I'm gonna go Psychic into Scovillain, just so I can get some damage down there. Physical moves won't do anything to it. I think I'm gonna bring in Bellibolt. Not that Bellibolt can do much damage to a Scovillain either. I don't think their minus speed is going to let them catch Musharna or Bellibolt. I like to see their speed interaction versus the Kingambit, but they're just going to Rage Powder anyway, so I'm not sure it matters. Here, have a Psychic. Please do a lot. That is not a lot. It's decent. Alright, I think we take a +2 Kowtow Cleave, right? Colbur Berry save us? Nope! Ouch. That hurt. No Life Orb from them, okay. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I'm gonna go to Mawile here. I think my best bet is Protect. Soak the Scovillain. Hope they go after my Mawile. Kingambit protected. That's nice. Okay, we're in this. We are in this now. Because they're going for a fire move. No, they're going for Giga Drain. That is fine. That powers up our Bellibolt. Okay. We've got a shot here. Kingambit just protected. Sucker Punch isn't going to do much. Bellibolt will move before both Kingambit and Mawile. Sucker Punch has to KO our Bellibolt, really. Here's a Play Rough into Kingambit. That'll do a ton. Thunderbolt can take Scovillain. Yeah, you Rage Powder, but Bellibolt moves before Mawile, so you shouldn't be able to burn Mawile unless Sucker Punch KOs Bellibolt, which you're not going for. Goodbye, Scovillain. And we're min speed, but we have the same speed base as King Gambit, so if they're also min speed, we could be speed tying, but I don't think they would be. Here's Play Rough. It doesn't do nearly enough. And no! Don't do that! Oh, we're cooked. Something's just gone. Goodbye, whoever this is. Oh boy. Give them another attack boost, Mawile. They were strong enough. Here's another one for you. Sneasler. Let me guess. White Herb. Yep. White Herb. How's this Trick Room going? Last turn? We have Chople Berry. That's really good. They have Basculegion last. That's really good. As long as we still have Mawile. Hang on, there's a chance here. Surely they just double protect, right? But then my Incineroar moves before their King Gambit. I'm gonna go Play Rough King Gambit. No. Oh, I timed out. But I Play Rough the Sneasler, which is the right play. Got him! Let's go! Alright, yeah, it didn't matter what Incineroar was going to do. I knew King Gambit would protect, I just wanted to cover it with a Flare Blitz, which is what I got anyway. Okay, good. Because now we have Sucker Punch Pin on Basculegion, unless they're bulky or use Aqua Jet. And I think we have to just hope we're fast enough with Incineroar here. Alright, would they be Sash, Basculegion? I don't know, they hard swapped turn 1. That makes me think they're vulnerable. I'm just gonna click Sucker Punch. And Flare Blitz. And pray. Alright, they clicked Aqua Jet. They get around the Sucker Punch that way. And they Sucker Punch Incin, which takes it. No! No! All those attack boosts! All those attack boosts are crazy. Your King Gambit is faster than our Mawile. I think we have to trust that you don't Sucker Punch with King Gambit, and our Sucker Punch can KO your King Gambit, but I doubt it. You're gonna just keep Aqua Jetting, which crits. Yeah, and then they just all double down with Sucker Punch. That's the right play. Ah, man! So if our Mawile had attacked their King Gambit with Play Rough there, I think we might have had it. I didn't think about how much Sucker Punch would do to Incineroar. That's crazy. GG, I guess. Alright, Tyranitar and Kleavor. Okay, Kleavor is something that can very much threaten Musharna that we're not usually prepared for. Sneasler is a fast fake out. Corviknight walls a lot of our team. Dragonite is just a Dragonite. They also have Garchomp, which is interesting. I definitely want Trick Room. I think Musharna's fine, but I have to use a fake out lead. Otherwise, Kleavor is going to just cook us. And if it's fake out plus Kleavor, in that case, I could bring in Sinistcha or somebody, right? If it's fake out plus Kleavor, I guess we could have Mawile in the back. Just bring that in and not even set the Trick Room. And then I do need something for the Corviknight, and that has to be Bellibolt. Bellibolt is... it's mostly neutral against a lot of the stuff. Garchomp's not great to see, but as long as we play well with Mawile, it should be okay. Multiple flying types, so I don't love our ground type. Sinistcha, I do like Sinistcha. But the Dark Resist Berry is a lot more useful than the Ghost Resist Berry, so I think Musharna actually might have an easier time getting Trick Room up. Though the Fake Out immunity could be important. Let's see what's going on here. Sneasler, Tyranitar. Okay, yeah, Sinistcha wouldn't have been great here either. Alright, we get the Intimidate on Tyranitar, which is nice. Sneasler is White Herb, unfortunately. Here I'm going with Protect. And Parting Shot into Sneasler. They have the faster Fake Out. If they Fake Out our Incineroar and just go for a Rock Slide, that would have let us get Trick Room up. But if they Fake Out Musharna, it is Mega Tyranitar too. I'm glad that's intimidated. Potential to intimidate it again too if we want later. Alright, Musharna protecting. Alright, we got the Fake Out call right. Do you go for Rock Slide or a knockoff? It is Rock Slide. Okay, so we could flinch here, which could be annoying. But we get the Parting Shot. Beautiful. Alright, Mawile is well positioned here. Okay, that Sand Chip confirms the Sneasler with Unburden is faster than our Min Speed Musharna. Good to know. We're going to set Trick Room. Because an Intimidated Tyranitar plus a -1 attack Sneasler, I don't think that can take out Musharna. We've got the Colbur Berry. And I'm going to Mega Evolve and... who do I want to hit? I think I want to hit the Tyranitar. What's the worst thing it could go into on a Play Rough or Iron Head? That would be Corviknight. And I would rather Iron Head the Corviknight rather than Play Rough. Because if we get an attack drop, that'll get reflected back to us. Yeah, but I don't think they're going to switch here. And if you protect Tyranitar, then fine, I guess? Sneasler with U-turn? What? White Herb plus U-turn? That is interesting. It's Kleavor. I don't mind that, really. Mawile has a good matchup here. And yeah, -1, Colbur Berry knockoff. Doubt it. Yeah. That would have been... even without it, we might have lived. U-turn damage was interesting, though. Bye-bye. Love it. It's only an 80 base power move. How bad could it be? Goodbye, Tyranitar. Alright, and since they didn't go for Rock Slide, no chance of flinching here. Very nice. I would guess you bring back in Sneasler for a Fake Out, but then we have 2 KOs in front of us, so you can't fake them both out. Alright, which one of you is going down? Psychic here, that'll KO. Iron Head here, that'll KO unless you're Sash. It's the only mon on that team that makes any sense to have a Sash, so very well could be, but Iron Head has a flinch chance. A nerfed flinch chance for some reason. They nerfed that, but not Rock Slide, whatever. I guess they just hate Jirachi. No Fake Out at all, nor is there any Protect, so Sneasler's gone. What, you thought I didn't have a Psychic move on my Psychic type? And Iron Head. Bam! Oh, no Sash. Okay. And no Protect. Probably Scarf then, if I had to guess. And the Sneasler dropped Protect to fit U-turn. Big mistake, as it turns out. And then Garchomp. Okay. Garchomp, Garchomp, Garchomp. We really need to hit Play Rough, but I'll just Intimidate it and go for the Play Rough here. Just a little safety measure in case the Play Rough misses. They're on a Sand team that could easily be Sand Veil, making our Play Rough really inaccurate. But it connects. Goodbye, Garchomp. Good no Sash. Were you rough skin? I really want to know. Okay, it wasn't Sandvale. That's the only way we hit. If it was Sandvale, ain't no way I'm hitting. I missed 90 accurate play roughs. That's like, what, like 60 something? Yeah, not happening. Good game to my opponent. Cool team. Okay, this is a very interesting team. They've got Spiritomb. That's super cool. Raichu, very likely one of their 2 megas along with Metagross. It's a good thing we don't have Intimidate on Mawile to trigger that Milotic. They have their own Incineroar and they have a Sylveon. I think Mawile's not a bad lead. We're immune to Intimidate and we aren't going to intimidate them. We have Protect to get around Fake Outs if we want to just go with our Trick Room plus Mawile lead. I think we can just get aggressive right off the bat. I think bringing Incineroar could be a throw. Intimidate doesn't really help us against anything on their side of the field. And they have a much faster Fake Out with Raichu, and we don't have Protect. So I don't think that's the play. The rest of the team, I don't hate Mudsdale here. Ground moves are pretty effective against, that's like 3 super effectives and no resistances. That's fantastic. I do worry a little bit about Milotic, I guess. So either our Grass or Electric type should come to this. I'm going to go with Sinistcha here. I think some support for Mawile. Mawile can just clean them up. Mawile plus Mudsdale at least with some support. Mawile's not going to like one-shot Metagross, but a lot of the other stuff maybe. Alright, what you got? Spiritomb, Milotic. That's cool with me, actually. Worst case would be Scald Burn, I guess. But here I can just Mega Evolve, Play Rough, probably delete Spiritomb, and set Trick Room. That's what I want to go with. And if they try to swap in Incineroar, they probably noticed by now that we actually have Hyper Cutter and not Intimidate, so they probably wouldn't do that. But yeah, they were hoping to catch an Intimidate from either Mawile or Incineroar. That's what this Milotic's for. Milo Protect, that's beautiful. If we can get this KO, it's a free Trick Room. They could be, okay, they're Roselli Berry. Probably doesn't KO then. Ah, so close. Alright, are they blocking our Trick Room? Resetting it? Imprisoning it? Something like that? No, they're burning our Mawile. That is acceptable. We get our Trick Room at least. I was hoping to get rid of Spiritomb, because Spiritomb's also slower than Mawile. Alright. What are the speed tiers here between Spiritomb and Musharna, though? Musharna's 29 speed. Spiritomb is 35. Okay, so Musharna does move before Spiritomb, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's not like we're doing no damage. Let's go for Play Rough into Milotic here and Charge Beam to try to pick off the Spiritomb and get a special attack boost if we can. Oh, they lived! Oh my goodness, they lived. And then they get a snarl. We don't get the special attack boost, and they live the hit, and they lower our special attack. That's rough. Speaking of rough, Play Rough still does a huge chunk with a critical hit there. Incredible. Alright, they're coiling. I'm gonna double this Milotic now. Charge Beam plus Play Rough into it. Spiritomb, I guess you can hang out for one more turn. Oh, come on! I guess I should have seen that they were gonna do that, but does it really make a difference? It stalls a turn of Trick Room, I guess. I'm surprised they didn't, like, reverse the Trick Room. Because with 1 HP on that Spiritomb, I can take it out at any moment, whether Trick Room is up or not. So I'm not, like, super concerned. But I need to get rid of this Milotic now. Psychic might have been better. Fishing for this special attack boost isn't going to do much when we're already going to be -2. That's some damage. Boost. Finally we get one. Just for it to be canceled right out, obviously. Spiritomb putting in a lot of work here. Oh. Oh no. Of course we missed that play rough. And with an accuracy drop. We're never hitting anything ever again. Oh boy. Possibly cooked? Maybe. We do have Sinistcha to get up another Trick Room later. Need to get rid of Spiritomb, unfortunately. I'm gonna go for a play rough into Milotic and Charge Beam Spiritomb. Try to just get that off the field. Yeah, Milotic protecting makes sense here. At least we're connecting the Charge Beam. Alright, our special attack is something reasonable now, but with Trick Room ending and us both being such low health, just Muddy Water plus anything gives us a lot of trouble. It's a good lead. I mean, what are you gonna do? Spiritomb hanging on 1 HP, Milotic. Okay, they also Intimidate. So this is going to be, what, a Fake Out plus a Muddy Water, I would think? Do I want to trust these two back-end mons to win the game? There's a good shot they can. I think that's what I'm going with. I'm going to play rough the Milotic and try to set Trick Room if they'll let me. But mostly just letting both of these go. Alright, Mawile down. It really comes down to if our Sinistcha can handle this double up. Which... iffy, I'd say. We have the Kasib berry, which is not helping. But we do have Pashoberry, at least, which is very nice. I'm going to click High Horsepower into Incineroar and go for Trick Room. Really don't see much other choice here. The Milotic has Coil, Muddy Water... Oh, they go for Protect! All we have to do is take a hit from Incin? Come on, Sinistcha. You don't got this. Dang. Alright. You don't got this, Sinistcha. But High Horsepower connects and gets rid of Incineroar, at least. We still have our Pashoberry intact, but they have a defense boost on Milotic. I don't think we're ever breaking that without our Sinistcha. Alright, who was the last mon? Let's say we lived that Flare Blitz. Would we have had a chance anyway? There was... If we had Protect on Sinistcha there, that would have been an interesting play. I don't know if I would have gone for that. It's Metagross. Oh, in Trick Room, this would have been great. Communication in this game has been rough. What are our stats here? That's pretty bulky. Someone run the calc on that Flare Blitz. Were they offensive, or is that just enough to take us out from there? Here I go. Earthquake and hope I crit both and somehow live. It's very unlikely. I mean, living the hits is probably pretty likely. But I'm only going to be able to get one attack off, which is why it has to be Earthquake. Ice Punch does a lot. I think we take a Muddy Water, though, with our Pashoberry. Ah, they connect an 80% Hypnosis instead. Risky play, but alright. Now there's absolutely nothing we can do. We can run out of here. GG. That Spiritomb was insane. Well played. Alright, we're back. Thank you very much to the Darth Bear for creating this team, and thank you for watching. I do think Oranguru is probably better than Musharna in most cases, including maybe on this team. If you want to try this team with Musharna because you like Musharna, keep it there though. It is a perfectly fine Pokemon. But anyways, if you enjoyed, leave a like on this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But anyways, I'm Jordy, and alright, peace.